lockdown. So can you just use that chat box? Okay, use as much as you can. Okay, use as much as you can that chat box. If you have any questions or any doubts about blockchain, what to do, and so on. Okay, so we'll talk. This has to be a very engaging session for the next 1 hour. We'll talk about emerging education with emerging technology like blockchain. That's a topic. Okay, so the question for everybody, right? By 2030, by the next 10 years, okay, humans will be banking with no banks. That's a question for you. Right? You guys are students. You guys are India's tomorrow's bright leaders. So the question for you guys, right? So how many of you must have visited a bank branch in the last 30-40 days, right? Answer could be no, none of them. Or how many of you have visited branches regularly on a weekly basis? Answer is again none of them. So would you see the future of bank branch, right? Bank branch who is operating? There are so many branches, HDFC, ICICI, so many branches are available out there, right? So have you been to these branches regularly the way you regularly go to restaurants, cinema halls, right? So many people, but you hardly go to the bank branches regularly. So the question for us that by 2030, humans will be banking with no banks. That we will dig it out today, like how it's going to be the banking, tomorrow's banking. So friends, every 20 years, if you see 1900 till now, every 20 years you see different kind of a technology comes in our life. Either it is internet or a mobility which has come in year 2007, or internet in 1995, or you talk about fast speed internet since last 3 to 4 years in India, or maybe it could be a 5G after 4 to 5 years in India, or it could be something else, right? We never know, or it could be something else in 2030. So which are those technologies which comes in our life and changes our the way we work, the way we do business, the way we study? It change everything, right? Say example, you guys are studying these networks or database management, or what else? Like you must be studying data structures or some of these kind of subjects. Now, if these subjects, if you would have been studying engineering in year 1970, 1970, you must be talking so fascinating about DBMS. Future is all DBMS. Future is all about relational database management. You should study, you should learn. So today, blockchain is like that. Everybody is talking on blockchain and this kind of a technology, AI, ML, IoT. But in the next 5 years, this technology will be part of your curriculum. Some of those colleges already started teaching blockchain. I don't know what is the status at your college, but some of the colleges are already incorporated blockchain as their curriculum or some kind of a value-added course. So that's the future of a blockchain. Like blockchain will become a normal technology in next 3 to 4 years. So where are you guys, right? So I can see here Mansi, Tanvi, Preetam, or Vatsal, or Neeraj, Amol. So what you guys are doing for yourself? The whole industry is studying new technologies, new business models, AI, ML, Industry 5.0. So what is that Sarthak is doing for himself, or Anand Sonawani is doing? So you guys have to really think. Your current education system is really taking you to the next level, or you are just there, right? So that is very, very important aspect, right? So Lokesh has said everything is digital. Absolutely, bang on. So everything is gonna be a touchless. After Corona came into our life, nobody is so comfortable enough, right, to touch any of those objects. Shopping at or at ATM, you always use your some hand gloves, or it's all covered. So everything will be contactless or touchless, or everything will have a different way of communication. Today you are communicating with a phone, right? So yesterday you were communicating on inland letters or postcards. Tomorrow, what is that technology would be read? So let's dig out every 20 years what is that thing happens. So this is my story or our story. How few have visited branches regularly last 30 days, and how many of you open a bank account with writing that paper-based form? Many of you, right? Many of you must have taken or your parents must have taken loan, right? So which is lengthy process of writing something, your KYC documents, your where do you stay and all that. So many papers are there. So right, so you will you be happy, right, to go to the branch, take out your pen, write down your name and so many things after for 1-2 hours, and after 15-20 days you will get a debit card or something. See my example, I opened my bank account long back. It took 35 days to open my bank account, and I was so happy. I was so happy that I have referred that bank to so many of my friends. This bank is so nice. In a flat 35 days, they will get open your account. That was 20 years before. So today, if I ask Danish or Prem, go to the bank branch and wait for 30 days or 25 days or 50, still these guys will say, no, I think that bank is not tech savvy. They are not following latest trends, mobility, EKYC, Aadhaar. They're not following. This is what we will see, right? So would you like to visit branches post COVID? Would you like to go and visit? Answer is no, right? Answer is typically no. So now let's talk about a phenomena. This phenomena is called as a DeFi. Remember in your brain, DEFI. DeFi. What is DeFi? DeFi is decentralized finance. So when I ask this question by 2030, will we banking with a bank? No banks. Answer is a DeFi. Today's DeFi's valuation is almost 9 to 8 billions. There are around 200 startups or fintech companies wherein normal customer like us, not in India, but outside of India, are doing banking there. They're taking loans, they're creating accounts, and moreover, for that currency which they are investing in a DeFi kind of a companies, they are getting interest also. Do you get interest for your currency which is kept in your pocket or your paper money? Answer is no. If the money is digitally kept in a bank, then only you get some kind of a incentive, some kind of a interest. Now, DeFi will change the banking. That's what people say, right? We'll see how DeFi will change the banking because it's a decentralized marketplace. Now, let's take an example, right? Human life in Estonia, which is called as a blockchain haven. Why? In 1990s, this country was about to get vanished from the map. Just imagine India or some kind of a country is about to get vanished from the map. So much of corruption, no money in the country, right? And that point in time, every citizen in that country was given 10 euros by saying, "Get take these 10 euros and start your life." And the beauty of this country, now this country is called as a template of a blockchain country. Any country want to implement blockchain based use cases, they should see how blockchain is implemented in the Estonia, right, or in the Dubai recently. So in Estonia there are more than 290 use cases. What is meant by use cases? More than 290 problem statement or uses or benefits, e-courts, e-law, right, or any of those payments, bus service, travel service, parking service. All these services are mapped to a digitalized, decentralized identity, and that is a blockchain based system. Your bank is in Estonia. This is what they have done. Now imagine if these things comes in the India, what will happen to you? So easy, right? You just have to carry a card. It is linked in the blockchain, and moreover, everything is digital. No paper money, no reconciliation, no settlement, no need to call contact center. I had spent this much, this has happened, that happened, right? And everything will be seamless, no corruption. So that's the story of a blockchain. That's the story of a country like Estonia. That is why very important for students to learn how this technology has really changed life, how this technology can change the economy of a country. It can make your country more profitable and more innovative by reducing operational things, by reducing man in middle, by reducing unnecessary operations. Okay, so that's the way to look at Estonia. It has reboot from in 1991, and now it has become one of the templates. So now this is breakthrough technologies in the humanity, starting from inland letter to your telephone or walkie-talkie or email or this feature phone which is Nokia, or a smartphone or a smartwatch or wearables, or maybe in future it's augmented reality or virtual reality. That is how is our life. The life has changed. So students, how many of you are utilizing feature phones? Very few, I think hardly. How many of you are utilizing Apple or Android smartphone? Most of you, 101%. How many of you are utilizing this wearable watches? Very few. And now, how many of you are utilizing those AR, VR glasses, right? So today you may say, I am not using, but mark my word, in the next 2 years, everybody will have their own glasses. The way everybody has their own mobile phones, you guys will go to the shop and buy your favorite glasses. Way back when I started my mobile journey, there were hardly 4 players: Samsung, Motorola, Nokia, and Sony. Now there are more than thousands and so many mobile players. Similarly, today Microsoft or Geo or Amazon or Google are giving their glasses. Tomorrow, those glasses manufactured will be everywhere. That's the story. And your communication will change from your voice-based communication mobile phone to the augmented reality or virtual reality or a hologram-based communication. I'm taking your path onto the blockchain, how blockchain is going to change the world because of all these technologies. Okay. Now you can't live without these smartphones, right? If I ask any of you, if I ask Ritik or Anish, I'll pay you every day 500 rupees. Okay, every day 500. Don't use your mobile phones for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Kaushik will say, ki, okay, fine, I will take you 2,500 rupees for 5 days. But after 6 days, he will come and no, I can't live without my phone. I can't live without my WhatsApp. I can't live without Snapchat and so on. That's just current story. Okay, we can't live without phone. Now, what is this blockchain? So much of buzzword, right? You must have heard about Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin? And I must have done more than 200 to 300 seminars in my life in last 2 to 3 years. Everybody asks how to invest in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is a term which has given an attraction towards this blockchain. Bitcoin is one of the use case of a blockchain. Say example, Paytm or Flipkart are use case of internet. Similarly, Bitcoin is a one use case where cryptocurrency is a one use case, one benefit out of the blockchain technology, right? So blockchain is what is something like internet 2.0. What internet 1.0 or internet has given to you, blockchain will take that internet value to the next level with a inherent trust. Today you are ordering something from Flipkart, you never know from where it is coming. You are ordering something from Paytm, some apparel or something, you never know from where, from which shop, from which farm you've been ordering. But with the help of a blockchain based ecosystem, you will be able to find that. That is the difference. The customer behavior is changing now. Customer need more and more trust everywhere. Now, how do I bring that trust without blockchain? Sorry, without internet? Blockchain is answer for that. That is why blockchain is a path-breaking and very important technology for students to learn, because everything is gonna be on blockchain. People say blockchain is a secure. Absolutely, blockchain is a more secure than current internet. Zero intermediary. You don't need man in middle, right? You don't have to have operations when you are building everything on blockchain. I can build complete banking ecosystem on a crypto without man in middle. No operations, no settlements, and everything happens automatically. That is all possible with the help of blockchain. So today we'll talk about current trends. We'll talk about what is a blockchain opportunity. We'll talk about some use cases in banking and how banking is getting benefited out of. And while this discussion, I'll talk more about how blockchain is used for students. Right? For students, it is very important. Why? Because you guys can be a blockchain developer. You guys can be blockchain designer. You could be blockchain architect. You could be blockchain auditor. You being a specialist into any of those, right? You can add on those blockchain certification and get a very good job for students. And as every country, every government or every corporate is looking for smart way of doing work, blockchain is gonna be the backbone of the system. And and while doing this, your companies like Infosys or Accenture or Wipro or TC, they will need blockchain professionals or somebody who knows blockchains. When I started blockchain way back in 4 years back, there were hardly few companies on blockchain. Infosys, that's all in India. Now Tech Mahindra, Infosys, Wipro, I have seen how Wipro has done their job on blockchain, or TCS or Oracle. So these I have seen the journey of every company, how they started blockchain and how they are now shaping up their own ecosystem around blockchain. There are companies like R3 or Corda, which is blockchain based operating system. So we'll talk about why these are very important in our life. So Corona, right? Corona is our current story. Corona has changed our life. Corona has changed the way we look at television, the way we look at entertainment. Nobody touches television, or everybody's on Netflix or some of those Amazon Prime, and so many such apps are there available. So now most of us are glued onto the digital media, social media, right? So wherein they can watch movies, series, and so on, right? So current story, Eiffel Tower, nobody is visiting these days. Earlier, so many people used to visit. Current story, people have to do shopping this way in a queue with a social distancing, and that is how become now normal. In Japan, Japan has decided to live with this normal only. They will be always on a social distancing every time. That's how Japanese have decided. Work from home. Everybody is working from home, including me and the various professionals. Work from has become now a new normal. Now, say example, tomorrow I'll go to the shopping or my office, I will have some other outlook, because now it's all habitual for me to work from home. My bank branches has become empty. How do I reutilize that asset, real estate which I have? How do I reutilize, right? So that's another question in front of me now. When I'm selling apples or these grapes to some of you, you will ask me question, from which farm, from which source this has been taken, how many people have touched it, what is the expiry, when this particular juice is created, right? So all these questions are gonna come in our mind. So we have seen so many innovations in last few months. We have seen 3D printed houses, robots, humanoids helping healthcare. We have seen virtual meetings with AR, VR, right? Virtual reality companies. We have seen robots, drones. People are adopting now these technologies. Now these technologies, robot drones are becoming normal technologies. Work from home, study from home, travel without anybody, your library from home, your dogs in the Singapore market, which is a robot. They are creating awareness for social distancing. Humanoids or some of the robots are utilized for a delivery. So life has changed. Most of the innovations around has happened. A lot of innovations happened last 4 months. What is COVID impact? COVID impact today, your governments, businesses, right? Many industries collapsed, and ultimately banking industry is a backbone everywhere. It has collapsed. Your economy came down. Your impact on travel, right? Travel, and Abhi recently aeroplane this and started, but in the initial 2.5 months it was closed down. Retail, huge impact. Manufacturing, huge impact. Colleges and universities, impact, right? Media and entertainment, positive impact, not a negative impact, right? Healthcare, again more impact. So we have seen Corona has impacted every industry. So now when we see Corona has impacted every industry or every country look at an option. How do I reduce my cost? Recently, Pantapradan ji has announced Atmanirbhar, right? What is meant by Atmanirbhar? Do more innovatively. As a country, let's do it ourselves. As a country, let's innovate. Let's create a supply chain which is a more innovative on blockchain and AI. That is why it is very important to study blockchain. Very important to study AI and other peripheral technologies, because even government understands that blockchain is very, very important thing. So why not we as a student, why not we as a college should incorporate a blockchain kind of a course? That is why future is going to change, right? Future is going to change. That's how we have to look at this whole as an opportunity. Okay, so as a country, I will look at how do I sustain, right? There are 17 sustainable development guidelines which were being published in the year 2013, and these guidelines were published by UN, and there are 130 countries who are following these guidelines. What do you mean the following guidelines? Say, talk about make in India, Swachh Bharat. All these initiatives are output of these guidelines or these agendas. So these 17 sustainable development guidelines, if we meet them by 2030, that's the aspiration. Will be very prosperous world. But because of Corona, there are a lot of impact on health, lot of impact on clean, lot of impact everywhere. So What UN says or what World Economic Forum says, that if you utilize blockchain, you will have a impact on some of these guidelines. You will be able to meet them. That is why very important to learn blockchain. Blockchain will come and resolve all these problems, some of the problem statements out of the 17 sustainable development guidelines. So as a bank, more is inclination is towards on digital. So some of our friends said that everything is going to be digital. So impact will be on digital. So as a bank, as a banker, what I'm doing, I will see how do I be more digital. Extreme digital, I can become with the help of a technology like blockchain. No man in middle, right? I'll talk about how. That is why it is very, very important. Look at how banking is moving. Post-COVID, banking will become more and more digital only, right? So in front of a banks, I have a challenge like KYC onboarding. Whatever KYC onboarding, collection of documents. So today I'm not going on the field and collecting those documents, right? So it has to be collected by, how do I collect? So how can I not create some video KYC or a e-KYC on blockchain? And if I do a KYC of Yash Moite at a Kotak Bank, can I not utilize it at a DCB Bank seamlessly? Yash has to go to DCB Bank, say, this is my number, please fetch that KYC from the Kotak Bank. So simple, right? Provided DCB, ICSI, all these banks are on blockchain, on same network, so that Yash can go to the next another bank and say, this is my KYC number, please fetch the same document which I did in the last year and utilize my KYC. That is how shared economy is, right? Shared documents or sharing economy. So that's how banks will be tomorrow's marketplace, and blockchain will be a layer which will take care of this aspect. So now another challenge is like innovation, a lot of innovation, security. So these are my aspirations. So when I talk as a banker, how do I resolve these issues, right? So I will say I will resolve it either with mobility or blockchain or AI or IoT or AR/VR. So friends, that's why very important to get into these new technologies. Okay, so now opportunities, right? So when we said opportunity, the main important opportunity out here is a digital identity. 7.6, almost 8 billion people are there on the earth. 1 billion people are estimated to lack recognized identity. They don't have Aadhaar card. 3.4 billion people have some form of ID but no digital trail. And 3.2 billion people have a form of identity, has a digital trail. So opportunity is half. And if you bring a digital identity based upon blockchain, it is one of the best digital identity system. So tomorrow's Aadhaar will be based upon blockchain. That's in a nutshell I would want to say. There are a lot of fraud happens on PAN, Aadhaar, passports, and so on. If you bring a digital identity wherein your passport is connected to that identity, the way Estonia have done, the way Dubai is doing, right? Similarly, your country in India, your passport, your PAN, your Aadhaar, all those digital identity instruments comes under one umbrella. Your overheads will be reduced and no corruption, no fraud, because blockchain is so secure. We'll be able to track how many times he has used Aadhaar number, how many times he has punched in PAN for income tax, how many times he has used driving license, how many times he has drone on the car. This information will be available seamless, provided your identity becomes a digital, and this digital identity is connected to multiple ecosystems in a country. That's the power of blockchain. So this is an important question, right? So private property, this is all we see in India and some of those upcoming countries. This land belongs to me, this property belongs to me, right? So how do we recover such challenges? We can recover provided you bring on property on blockchain. The Telangana government has done a very good experiment out there. Uttar Pradesh government, UP government has done a blockchain based pilot for all of the real estates available in Uttar Pradesh. So now tomorrow's engineers, if they are not learning this blockchain, those it's very, very important, right? That's a outcome. You have to learn these technologies. Farm, you will be able to identify from which farm the apple which you are eating, from which farm. The insurance, like if you stuck accidentally, you will get insurance in 15-20 days. With a blockchain based ecosystem, your insurance will be immediate. You will get insurance the way you stuck your car is IoT devices, give back a signal to the centralized agency which is on blockchain, will see, assess the how much is the damage, calculate that damage, give that amount to your nearest your bank, and that amount, your identity, your digital identity, limit the money in your account, just like that. That's the future. Is it possible? You will say it is not possible. Then tell me how you are ordering your food sitting at your home. You are ordering, right? In 1995, when internet came, and if I would have said to my friends, "Arey, we will order some food from some box, like mobile kind of a device," people would have made fun, right? So that's how is the situation today. Blockchain is a magical technology. Blockchain plus AI, blockchain plus IoT, blockchain plus AR, VR, blockchain plus mobility. That's a different future solution. That is why it's very, very important to learn blockchain for this kind of use cases. Voting can be secure with the help of a blockchain. Sharing economy. Today we see Uber, Ola, Oyo are the sharing economies. Tomorrow, more than 450 plus entities will come onto the sharing economy. My wearable shirt, my shoes, use and throw, like those will be IoT devices, and that will be shared. If I click here, it will become green, right? And that's how will be the future. And there I need more and more trust, and that trust will bring on when your sharing economy will come onto blockchain kind of a ecosystem. So are we safe if you are utilizing mobile, if you are doing card transaction, if you are doing payment transaction? Are we safe? Answer is no. And these are all challenges. These are all challenges of current internet. These are all challenges. Insecurity, right? Data is not secure. Insurance claims, so much of time, we don't know from where fruits are coming. These are all challenges of current internet. Now these challenges will be surpassed with the help of blockchain. Say example, IBM has developed this utility wherein you just scan this barcode of these oranges, you will come to know from which farm, from which country, from which location, how many people handle it. You will be able to track everything with the help of this kind of use cases. Now look at this use case, right? Your customer makes informed choice, right? How now this customer is looking for a palm oil, the palm oil plantation, oil mill, refineries, where it is being manufactured, retail outlet, right? The storage, everything can be tracked, and the customer visits to a shopping mall and scans the barcode of that packet, and will come to know every history of that palm oil. So today, is it possible on a Paytm or a Flipkart? If you are ordering something, it's not possible, right? But you guys will make it possible. Students, today's students are tomorrow's leaders. They will make it possible as a need of a customer will change. Now this is an example, right? This car is made up of so many IoT devices. Once it get dash, right? Just like this dash, your claim will be implemented just like that automatically. This is completely blockchain based system, and it is available. Okay, if you say is it available, I would say it is available. It's fun, right? So now we'll talk about what is this need of blockchain. Why every organization, every country want to take it to the next level. Today, what is the innovation index of India? If I ask few of you, you will say I don't know, or maybe you will start guessing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So today's our innovation index is could be around 40. It's 48 in year 2020. Recently, last month we announced it is 48. What is innovation index? Innovation index means how is your education, how are your roads, how are your healthcare. All those parameters derive your innovation. Now, as a country, if you want to bring on your innovation to the next level, so you have to adopt new technologies. That's why it's very important to innovate, right? And innovate with the blockchain or AI on this technology. So what is innovation? Innovation is something like it's there only. It's a state of mind. Utilizing same phone for map, utilizing same umbrella to collect water. So that is all innovation. Innovation is always around you. You have to find out, right? How do we really communicate, connect those dots and bring on the innovations. Okay. So human as an human evolution, we have seen this evolution for your storage disk. Huge 5 KB of disk to the this USB, right? Israeli based innovators has given us this innovation USB. Look at this evolution of the spacecraft. So what I'm talking about, our life has changed. Our communication has changed from inland letters to the WhatsApp. You can't imagine your communication now without WhatsApp. Or other payments like money order I used to do, right? But today phone pay, your payment is done immediately. Half of the world is on internet today. 4.57 billion people are on internet. 5.16 people are having mobile phones. Or the trend is like there are different generations. So you guys are maybe millennials or generations, right? You guys are from this era, right? You guys could be millennial or a generation. I am a millennial. My parents are could be a Gen X and boomers or a traditionalist. This is how is a there are different types of generations. Now, as a country, as an organization, you need to give output for every type of customer. How do we do that, right? So now your education system is changing. Yesterday, my father did only one course BE and he has done only one job. So today, you are studying and you will go for one job. Will you switch your jobs? Obviously, yes. But the learning will continue. You have to keep on learning year onwards. You can't say that I have studied BE, I have done. No. You have to keep on learning. Today, blockchain, tomorrow, blockchain plus. Today, AI, it could be human AI. Right? Today IoT, tomorrow machine interface. Today it's a mobility, tomorrow it's a brain-to-brain interface. So you guys have to study this, keep on studying year onwards. Everything is gonna be digital. So your studies will not be restricted only BE degree or ME degree or MTech, BTech. It has to be continuous study year onwards. Right? So today, are we ready for that journey? So today we might be in an era of internet and mobile, but tomorrow's world is a connected platforms. Now magic begins of blockchain, right? Your refrigerator will pay off your electricity bill tomorrow. How will it do that? Because in a refrigerator there will be program of blockchain will be written and which will execute on the first of a month and it will pay off your bill payment from your digital identity and that mapped bank account. Your fan will pay off your electricity bills. Your smartphone will take care of a maintenance. Your car will take care of its own maintenance. And everything will happen seamlessly without your intervention. You don't have to do anything in between. Your refrigerator will order the food. You don't have to come in between. That's the future. And if you have to build that future, you have to create a blockchain layer. Your shopping mall, your electricity bill provider, your bank account, uh, all of them have to be on same network, right? So that is why blockchain is very important. So every organization wants to become extreme digital. What is meant by extreme digital? Extreme digital means I have entered in a bank branch and I have seen that Prem Bagadia has entered in the bank branch. How do I come to know as a branch manager? Because I know Prem Bagadia's facial expressions. Once he enter in a bank branch, the camera which is put in a bank branch will identify Prem has entered with a happy face or a sad face. That also I will come to know. Immediate smart contract trigger will be given to the branch manager. Prem has done this much investment. I think he can do this that much investment. Please go and help. That is extreme digital. Starting from that paper-based banking to the extreme digital, that's the future of every branch. And who is going to make it happen? The students are going to make it happen. Students have to learn, right? So Amazon Go shopping malls are example of a zero touch or extreme digital. So today we might be in a basic digital or advanced digital kind of a scenario, but tomorrow's operations is once you pass out, your company will ask you create a plan for extreme digital. Once you pass out, you yourself will say that let me create a startup for a fintech or a health tech company which is extreme digital. And what will the backbone? It will not be RDBMS, it will be blockchain, right? That's why it's very important. Communication is very important part of our journey. So communication, what is it mean by communication? Yesterday it was around keyboard and mouse. Today it is all about touch or voice. What is about tomorrow? Is about gaze. is about your expressions, is about I am looking at a Sejal or a Rishikesh and say that Sejal is thinking that, or I am looking at a Sampati and I will say that Sampati is a thinking that. Is it possible? It is all possible. With the help of a brain to brain interface, I will be able to communicate my brain to the other brain, and it is all possible, right? Imagine the how our life was there in a 1600 century or 1700 century. Have you thought of mobile phone? Have you thought of going from aeroplane? No. Life has changed. Now see how life will change more in the next few years. It will be an extreme change, right? So I'll tell you or warn you or challenge you, blockchain is a must. Blockchain is a must, just like what you are studying computer networks or operating system kind of studies. You have to learn blockchain as a one of the subject. You need to know how to program if you want to be programmer. You need to know how to identify use cases of blockchain if you want to become tomorrow's designer of blockchain in your company, right? So that's the story. So our banking is changing. Google, Apple, Amazon could be tomorrow's banks, right? So there are some examples wherein there are manless branches, right? Or banks are like Paytm, phone pay could become tomorrow's banks. Now when they will become tomorrow's banks, they will not restrict only with a branch. They will have services like gaming, credit card, online shopping, dining, and everything. And when they will create these systems, all these systems will come around one chain called as a blockchain. So this bank, Wells Fargo Bank is connected to many partners with the open bank, with API bank, right? That's the future of banking. So what I'll talk about your current trends, which are from your traditional branch banking to the AI banking will go, right? So there will not be a challenge like to have a to there will be always aspiration for every bank to become AI enabled or blockchain based bank. So I'll, in interest of time, I'll talk about what is blockchain, right? So blockchain can be categorized into three parts: blockchain 1.0, blockchain 2.0, and blockchain 3.0. So blockchain 1.0 is all about your cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so on, those cryptocurrencies. Blockchain 2.0 is a use case which as a banker I will do, as a health company, as a hospital, as a country, as a state, I will create those use cases. And blockchain 3.0 is a future. A blockchain use case with IoT, a blockchain use case with AI, a blockchain use case with something. So those use cases will be treated as a blockchain 3.0. Understood? So blockchain 1.0 or around cryptocurrencies, blockchain 2.0 around the use cases which banks or enterprises are doing, and blockchain 3.0 is around futuristic use cases. Now how blockchain is important for a bank, right? I'll talk about. So in a suppose you go to an ATM, suppose you go to a point of sale shopping mall, or suppose you are doing some shopping on a Flipkart, you use your credit card or debit card, right? So say example, you are utilizing this credit card debit card here on the e-com and tablet or post network. That transaction is routed to your bank, then that transaction is routed to the other bank where that POS is belong to, right? That point of sale Flipkart, that Flipkart is getting money after 2 days, 1 day, and your money is getting deducted just like that. It is as good as a fraud, isn't it? So when you're doing a swipe or debit card transaction on a Flipkart, that request goes to Flipkart's bank server. From that Flipkart's bank server, that request goes to a trusted agency called NPCI, Visa, or Mastercard, and from there that request will come to your bank's debit card. And what happens when Flipkart gets money? Flipkart gets money tomorrow, next day. And when your money is getting deducted, same day. Is there any flaw in the system? Obviously, yeah, Flipkart is getting money after 2 days, 1 day, and your money is getting deducted just like that. It is as good as a fraud, isn't it? But that's how is our current banking. We have created that. And in this banking, what happens? In this banking, there is an operational entity. There are some people who do the settlement for that payment and give the payouts to the Flipkart next day. What does it mean? There are people in between. There are people to do the settlement operations, right? Without, that's how we created all this system today. Healthcare, we need doctors to be there to do the operations. That's how we created, right? We need bankers to sit in the branch. Why? How do I need? In an extreme digital kind of a scenario, do I need bankers to sit inside a bank branch? I can identify who has entered and will given a screen to do my transactions. Is it possible? Why not? It's possible. And when I bring on all these things under Internet 2.0 blockchain, it becomes more trusted. That is why banking in a 2030 will be without these branches. Now you understood? That is why it's very important to learn blockchain as a subject in your education. Now, next thing, like with this current ecosystem, there are a lot of overhead, dispute management, reconciliation, manual things, and a lot of cost will go ahead. But a system like this, wherein all banks are treated as a single computer, right? Imagine we have seen this architecture, right? So many dabbas, so many servers being installed at every bank. Now I am saying just replace that with a single computer. Suppose this is a ICICI bank, this is another bank, this DCB bank. You are sending money from ICICI bank to this bank through this master visa node. Is it possible? If you say it is not possible, look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is already doing that. Bitcoin operates without any data center. Bitcoin's complete hard disk size could be around 500 GB as of now. There are no disputes, no reconciliation. There are no human beings in between in the system. What does it mean? Customer will be happy customer. Customer will say, wow, what a wow experience. Flipkart will say, my payout has come next same moment. You are doing transaction and you will get, Flipkart will get money there and there itself. And you will find thousands of such use cases in this world, which has to be transformed on the blockchain. And in year 2020, year onwards, people are looking at those use cases. Remember, 17 Sustainable Development Guidelines is a part of such use cases. Banking is a single example. You will keep on finding out use cases daily basis. You will find at least 2 to 3 use cases daily basis, provided you know how to identify use case. And once you identify use case, you have to implement that. And guys, if you will not study blockchain, there will be another student who is learning blockchain and will go ahead of you. Would you like to do that? You will say, no, I will study blockchain from today itself. That is why very important to know what is blockchain, how do we study blockchain. So what is blockchain? Blockchain is a shared computer network, accessible, permissible to anyone, stores all those events, ownership, activities, and execute workflow. Remember that insurance workflow, insurance, we wanted car insurance, right? Without use of separate systems and no more database, no, without human being in between, no manual intervention. So that's the beauty of a blockchain. And with the blockchain, like banks, we need no regulation, instant settlement, no branches, digital payments, and your post-corona aspiration to reduce the cost will be met out there. So that's all about blockchain. There are different types of blockchain, permission blockchain or public blockchain. It depends upon use case. For example, banks use case, all of those will be private blockchain, private to all the banks. Right, private to all the banks and permissioned based upon what rights I have given to ICICI Bank, that much data they will read. Permissionless and public is a Bitcoin, Ethereum, and those kind of a cryptocurrencies. So these are different types of topologies of blockchain. Just to explain furthermore, this is your current system, right? Your banks connected to a centralized system. Blockchain is not centralized, it is decentralized. This is a Bitcoin. This is decent. All these computers are connected, interconnected, right? And everybody has a shared ledger. So this is just like a Bitcoin, but it is not a public. This is a private to banks, right? So all the private banks forming their consortium together, they are creating. That's how is the use case of also blockchain. So today's centralized system will become tomorrow's banking distributed ledger systems, right? So that is why very important. So now we spoke about DeFi to beginning. Now, if I bring on banking experience with a DeFi, I don't need this traditional financial system with so much of man in between or so much of in between. So it's just a sender and receiver. That's all. All these logics will be replaced by these nodes. That is why it is very, very important. So these are examples. Loan scan. They operate without any bank and a regulation. Instant DApp. They operate without any. This is a market first place for taking loan. So these are the examples are available in 2020, which are showing that how banking will be there tomorrow. If you see how adoption should do, right, at an organization level or at a college level, you should at a college level you should have a teachers to teach blockchain. You should have a curriculum, right? You should know what all processes. Like at an organization, at a bank level, I will see, do I have experts people in my bank on blockchain? Do I have those processes which I need to migrate? Do I have a technology apart from blockchain? Which are the other technology I need to adopt? What regulation says about blockchain, and what my consumers? If you study these 5 pillars as a student, in future whenever you pass out, you can always say in your whoever are there, I know digital transformation very well. Digital transformation is very important, and if you understand this slide with these 5 pillars, people, process, technology, external forces, customers, with you will always able to say what is in by digital transformation. This is a master slide for my presentation. And if I talk more about people will be leadership development and so much of GAN, reskilling, right, in-house roadmaps, or what is my process, creating right architecture, open banking, security, and so on. So blockchain doesn't work single-handedly. It has to work. So this is a blockchain in back office, blockchain engine. Blockchain has to talk with your front mobility, chatbots, IoT, your refrigerator, your car, or that car which is being dashed, or your refrigerator who is paying all the bills, or if your refrigerator who is ordering food, or your smart car who is going to the for a garage for a servicing. Those devices has to talk to the blockchain in through smart contracts or through APIs. Then only we'll call it as a blockchain based use case. Blockchain is not something like which I'm creating something UI UX and it will start with. No, it has to work along with the 3 different compartments: back office, mid office, and front office. Right? Say example, if you are becoming blockchain developer or designer, you will work here, blockchain engine. If you become a blockchain API creator or smart, you will work in mid office as well as in back office. If you are a blockchain designer, you have to study all the 3 aspects, right? That's how it goes. Extra how government is government is looking at this technology is very important. Like in India, Bitcoin is not allowed, but blockchain based use cases are allowed. Right? How is the governance structure in your company? How do you collaborate with the other blockchain companies as a banker? That's very important. So collaboration is the most important part of a digital transformation. And ultimately, whatever you are doing is for your consumer. So look at what is that you are doing for consumer. And if you will not do it, there is another bank who will do it. If you will not study blockchain, there is another guy who is studying blockchain and will give the much more needed experience for the tomorrow's customer and much more needed innovations for tomorrow's customers. So let's talk about some use cases, right? Use case could be banking, security, IoT, communication. You can send messages, secure messages on blockchain. WhatsApp is a secure, insecure. In blockchain, insecure. Governments use it for land registration and so many types of use cases, followed by charity, healthcare, ride sharing, smart contract. So these are different use cases. Pharmaceutical, voting. So there are different use cases. And in every industry, you will find some or the other use case. So look at banking. A lot of use cases happen in the banking, right? Almost 42%. Then the rest of the world. So like banking could be KYC, AML, zero operation, digital identity, peer-to-peer payment. There are few examples of the banking, trade finance, cross-border payments. So wherein no man in middle. So like KYC, which we spoke, right? Use case. How can I utilize KYC from one bank to another? Right? Customer approaches one bank and complete the KYC, and that KYC can be utilized somewhere else. Right? So this is the one example which I am doing with the NSE in India. Another use case which I am driving with the income tax department to some form 16, form 15 and form 26H filling up. Then there are some use cases in NPCS driving for a settlement, or there are some use cases where you can see cross-border payment easily, or there are some use cases where you can trade your energy or your trade finance, or you talk about where there are trade finance examples. Complete banking can come as a ledger banking, crypto bank, okay, or some example where supply chain can be routed onto the blockchain. Your agriculture can become a marketplace for farmers or buying agents on blockchain, so that farmers get actual money, right? That's the one use case. Your media and entertainment, right? Somebody is creating content, he should get a proper royalty. That will happen whenever you're listening or you're viewing something on Netflix. Immediately that royalty has to give back to the creator, content creator. That whole use case can come onto blockchain. So Spotify is already practicing that use case in the enter blockchain. IoT blockchain is a very good use case. Solar trading, so you have some energy, solar panels, and the energy on top of that can be reutilized, followed by your smart cities. Complete take example of Dubai or Estonia. They're like small countries, right? Say example, you tomorrow's in India there are 60 smart cities announced. Every city can become smart because with the help of blockchain. Telangana government has announced a blockchain district and they're on that path. Okay, so it's a reality to have a smart city on blockchain. Open banking plus blockchain to bring on a trust between partners and this startup funding. How you're giving funding to the startups and how the funding can be reutilized. That whole transparency will give back to the investor. Will able to know every penny how the startup is consuming. Security, more security our life blockchain will bring on. So in a nutshell, what I want to say that we have seen a journey, right? We have seen journey of Nokia's, AOL's, Kodak's. All of them have vanished. All of them have vanished. Okay, friends. Now, why they have vanished? Because they have not taken care of new technology. They didn't transform themselves on mobility. Yahoo didn't create their own Android app the way WhatsApp has created, right? Yahoo never created Android app. They just lost in that mobile phone, which is a Symbian based operating systems. Yesterday, ISD PSOP this died with a cheaper phone by Reliance, right? Your Financial Times, this newspaper died with the InShots, and many other apps are available on the mobile. So these brands were the best brands. Okay, these brands were the best brands which changed the customer. They have given a kick to the customer how to change. And these are the new logos: Netflix, Ola, Jio, WhatsApp, Amazon, Google, Apple, Swiggy. You can't imagine your life without these logos. But so does it mean that our life will be will not change? Do we not have these logos will not have any insecurity? Yes. If they will not change, blockchain will come and change them. Because tomorrow generation is bringing new ecosystem, new kind of apps, or new kind of a way of communication. Just imagine we are on the app talking to each other on WhatsApp or on Facebook, and there is a community called social media. Can I not create on AR VR? I'm wearing my glass, you guys are also wearing your glasses, and we feel that we are sitting together on a blockchain based system, right? AR, augmented reality experience, wherein you feel like I am talking in a hall, right? And you guys are wearing those glasses, you will imagine that I am in front of you. Is it possible? It's all possible. Possibility is a name of an innovation, right? And you guys have to really think here onwards. As a student, take a problem statement, create group of people, and create some kind of a problem statement, create your own startup in the next 3 months. Is it possible? You just have to start, and it is all possible. You will become tomorrow's entrepreneurs. You will become tomorrow's Bill Gates, or maybe more than that. You will become tomorrow's tomorrow's Bezos, like which is Amazon's CEO. You guys have to really think, collaborate, form a like-minded people's group, and get into the innovation. Blockchain is just a technology. If you will not study, somebody else will do study and change the world. But who will change the world? They will go to the next level. If you want to go to the next level beyond blockchain, you have to start with the current phase. You have to start with the mobility. You have to start with the blockchain, IoT, so on. Then go to the next step. So if you want to become tomorrow's logos, obviously you will have to adopt blockchain. Then you will become Hyperledger, Sawtooth, or Alibaba's, or all these companies who are already on the blockchain. There's so many use cases Geo is creating on blockchain. So I'll stop here by saying that tomorrow could be a crypto banks kind of a system. So it's all in your hand. Okay, it's all in your hand how to study and how to get onto blockchain or any kind of those emerging technologies and become tomorrow's leaders, so that others should follow you. And it is all possible. Start your startup, start learning now. Today is the 25th September, and just see the output on the 25th of December on a Christmas. You will feel amazed that you have done something good thing in the next 3 months. So that's all from my side as of now. I would have taught blockchain in detail technologies, but I thought this session is a like ice-breaking session to take you why blockchain is important, what all things you can do, how do we start studying, and so many things. So if there are any questions, Miss Mansi, you can ask those questions to me.
Yes, sir. I request all participants to use the chat box for questions. So Lokesh has a question. Will
Yeah.
blockchain create more jobs, or will it destroy the current jobs? Because you mentioned about everything being without human intervention.
Yeah. So Lokesh, when computers came in our life, okay, when did computers in 2000 or something, like when computers came in our life, our jobs have vanished? No, we got many jobs: web developer, Java developer, and whatnot, UI UX developer. So many jobs are being created because of these technologies, isn't it? Now the challenge is that learning. So that's what one of my slides is very important. Earlier my father did one job and one education. Today you have to keep on learning. Technologies will come and go, learning continues, and whoever will learn, they will sustain in the jobs or somewhere. Who will not run, they will have to just watch and say how they are getting wiped out, like AOL or Yahoo Messages or Nokia. So any new technology comes, that technology brings a lot of jobs. 101%. Jobs will not be vanished. But it's up to government, up to regulators, up to policymakers how to create a sustainable structure. Otherwise, if jobs will get vanished, how the sustenance will come? So it's all depends upon how do we create sustainable structure. Technology should not wipe out completely. It has to be a balance everywhere. So that's the answer for Yogesh. Yeah,
So there's
your
one more.
Lokesh. Sorry.
Yeah, there's one more question. Can we use blockchain and stock exchange?
So blockchain will go everywhere. The way RDBMS is everywhere, blockchain will go anywhere. Now, stock exchange. So change will not happen immediately overnight. It will take some time. Stock exchanges are already sitting on huge investment, huge systems. Where the investment is done, systems are running. If they have to come out of that architecture, if you have to come out that model, slowly they will have to work upon that. Say example in a banking, Vajra is a use case which NPC and National Payment Corporation of India is driving, like slowly coming out of that architecture. So blockchain is going to impact every industry. That's in nutshell.
Raj has another question. There have been many reports of bitcoins being stolen. So it is possible to hack the blockchain?
Okay, so initially I told, right, Flipkart, Paytm are use case of internet. If I hack Flipkart or Paytm, that doesn't mean that I will hack internet, right? I'm just hacking that entity. If a Bitcoin is being stolen, only Bitcoin is a one use case of the blockchain. Flipkart is a one use case of internet. Bitcoin being stolen, that's a problem of Bitcoin, not with the blockchain. Blockchain is just an underneath technology, right? And these cases of stolen is as good as it has a two mechanisms: hard key or a soft key. If you're keeping your key as a soft key for that wallet on the internet, obviously it will be stolen someday. So blockchain is not a problem is that how you are storing your key, how you are storing your home key, right? If you open up your door, obviously it will be stolen. So the answer to you is that so it is possible to hack the blockchain? No, not possible.
Any more questions? Okay, sir. So on behalf of Entrepreneurship Development Cell,
Yeah.
VIIT, I would like to convey my heartfelt gratitude to you for sharing with us your immense knowledge about the technologies. And I would also like to thank our participants for giving us a portion of their precious time. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, thank you so much for inviting me here for talking in front of students. It's always a pleasure to talk in front of students for their benefit. Okay, so all the best, everybody. Keep learning, keep reskilling. Thank you so much.